Thank you very much. Welcome to episode 5 of Factoids, a game where we try to outwit each other by hiding a fact. A fictional fact amongst facts, or as colloquially known, a factoid. This game consists of 3 rounds in which we have to work out whether the person's presenting a fact or a factoid. And at the end, we make our final bet, we lock it in, and we know the truth. And the winner is the one who guesses the fact. We also have a tiebreaker called headlines, where we put up the funniest headline. The funniest headline wins. My woman is managing the thing. I'd just like to point out the funniest headline wins for that one. Nigel, where are you?
He has to resort to, biasness to win the game. I'm just pointing this out. Just pointing this out.
Okay. I'd just like to point out that I won last week, so I get to go first. So on with round 1. I call this one Cleopatra would have owned an iPhone. Time is a very weird thing, and I mean very weird thing. The perception of time for humans seems very strange. Now, Cleopatra lived about between 69 BC and 30 BC. Okay, and given that, she was closer to the very first iPhone than she was to the Great Pyramids of Giza being built. Yeah, so the Great Pyramids of Giza were built around about 2580 BC to 2500 BC, and the iPhone came out in 2007, which gives 2030 years versus about 2500 years. So Cleopatra was closer to owning an iPhone than having a brand new spanking gorgeous pyramid.
Yeah, okay. I think that's true. If in the back of my head, I think the Great Pyramid of Giza is at least 4,000 to 5,000 years old. So that's depending on when Cleopatra was, and if she was around about the time of Christ, yes, that would kind of make sense. Yeah, okay, all right, okay.
Or could I've nixed it by a couple hundred years to screw you up?
Yeah, I know. You like to use my famous trick.
All right, okay. Keith, let's hear your
I
opening.
Call this one up, me duck. British ducks have accents, and this has been proven by scientists at the Middlesex University, who in 2004 did a study of ducks on a farm in the East End of London and ducks on a farm in Cornwall. Cornish ducks are nice, chilled out ducks, and when they quack, it's in a nice, smooth form. Whereas the ducks from the east of London, the Cockney ducks, they're a bit more shouty, they're a bit more wide boy. And so when you listen to their quacks, you go, quack, quack. Whereas the quacks from the Cornwall is quack, quack. So ducks have accents, scientifically proven.
Oh, okay. I know that dogs have accents because English dogs go go bark bark, and German dogs go bow wow. I know this. But ducks. See, did you know that? Go bow wow.
Dogs go bow wow.
Do you think I'm joking? It's a fact. I'm going to believe that one. There's no sus about that one. I think that's a very good one there. Okay, so I'm going to press the button. Press the button. And that ends round 1.
Round 1.
And on to round 2. This one's called How Much Concrete You Bloody Need? All right. This is a great one. Apparently, China used more concrete in 3 years than the US did in the entire 20th century. Yep, Chinese industry went and exploded, causing a rush in buildings being built and roads and so forth. So according to I won't say the source. Actually, no. According to Forbes, between 2011 and 2013, China consumed 6.6 gigatons of concrete. That's more than the US used in the entire 20th century. So they hang on, the entire 20th century between 1901 and 2000. Now the US consumed 4.5 gigatons to build all their cities. So Keith, the Chinese industrious or wasteful when it comes to using gigatons of concrete.
Well, the Chinese do like their concrete. They have a lot of dams and concrete cities. So run that past me one more time. You're saying they're wasteful of it. They've wasted that much.
No. China, this is the thing. China used more concrete in 3 years than the US did in the entire 20th century. China used 6.6 gigatons.
Yeah, I can believe
the US used just 4.5 in an entire century.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a fact, but I will wait to pass judgment.
You'll wait to pass judgment.
It's funny you talk about the Chinese, because I've got one for you here. So it's the gold rush era. It's the late 19th century, and it's California. Okay, so by the sort of late 1880s, 10% of the population of California was Chinese. And in actual fact, the very first Chinese temple was in San Francisco, and it was opened around about 1880. But some of these Chinese monks went out into the sort of various neighboring towns in California. And one of them, or a couple of these monks, went out to a place called, now if I've got to pronounce this right, Nicasio, California. Okay. And they rented a small building. And they were seen every day by the locals practicing Tai Chi and doing sort of like Tai Chi maneuvers. But they weren't popular because the sort of the local residents of this town were a bit suspect of these weird Chinese doing these weird moves outside this thing. So they were there for about 2 years, 3 years, and then they moved back to the main temple. Now, Nicasio, California is famous for something. Do you know what it is?
No idea. Go on, tell me.
If I told you there is a road that runs through it called Lucas Road, would that ring a bell?
That's nerd. That's not Red General. That's nerd stuff. So you're talking about Skywalker Ranch, aren't you?
I am indeed.
And that's not a flavour of salad dressing.
For a certain amount of time in the late 1880s, Chinese monks practicing Tai Chi rented a small property that is now located on what is now Skywalker Ranch. Basically, monks connected, and I might point out, to the Shaolin Temple in China, which I believe, to a certain extent, had influences on the fictitious Jedi Knights.
Hang on a second. Bit suspect, that one. The other thing too is I know that the term Wookiee comes from like cheddar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the term Wookiee is from England because there's a place called Wookiee Hole. Which is great. It's like Qui-Gon Jinn is a mixture of things. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to wait till the third one comes in just to see if I can pick it apart. So, okay. So, with that, it's the end of round 2. It's on to headlines. I hope you got your headlines out. I got a blinder. Right. So, I'll go first. And I will share this one. Here we go. It goes as follows. Dog owner red-faced when pet pooch vomits a sex toy in the middle of the vet's visit.
give you that.
What have you got? No, see, that's the one I thought. Oh, Keith. I'm sure Keith would have that one if he was.
Can you see my screen? Can we see my screen? Hold on. There we go. Midget sues grocer citing belittling remarks.
It's a good one. Okay. So, woman who's hopefully manning the chat, you get the deciding vote. What is more funnier? Dog owner, red face when pooch vomits up sex toy in the middle of vets, or midget being sued by grocer after belittling remarks? We're waiting on the private chat. We're waiting. I need to. There's something coming up. I opened the door and yelled down to her. Oh, hang on.
What do you mean? Neither that funny. I think midget sues grocer after belittling us.
Come on, give us a proper one. Here we go. Come on. Do you need extra time for us to do third round, and we'll decide at the end of the third round? Yes. Okay. All right. We'll go on to a third round. So let's hit the gong. Time for round 3. All right. So this is my final one. So well-to-do Romans were renowned for their, shall we say, decadent lifestyle, their orgies and bits. Well, not just an orgy of sex, but an orgy of food, to the point that the Romans had a special room in which they would throw up into. So the special room was called a vomitorium, to which they would go into. They would throw up into a thing, come back and eat more food and indulge in carnal delights, shall we say, by consuming copious amounts of food, drink, alcohol, and sex. A bit like today, without the throwing up, maybe.
So that's it. You're saying the ancient Romans had a room called the
Vomitorium, which was a place which they would, during feasts, that would go into to vomit, to consume, so they could consume more food.
I want that to be complete bull, but I know that Romans were there's the movies and everything, but is it a Hollywood thing? I don't know. I will wait to pass judgment, because I think you could be screwing with me on the figures on the Chinese thing, playing me at my own game.
Playing my own game? Would I do that?
Yes, anyway, you would. Okay, so my final fact is the world record for the time between two twins being born is 87 days. So this poor woman went into premature labor with young baby Amy, who was born weighing just 1 pound 3 ounces. The second baby decided not to come out, and despite her being induced at the same point as baby Amy being born, the second baby did not come out. So the doctors left the baby in there and waited until she reached full term, which was 36 weeks, and then baby Katie was born weighing 5 pounds 3 ounces. But that was 87 days after her sister was born.
87 days.
87 days. It's a world record. No Googling.
I think if you're going to play one, you're going to play with numbers. So I think that is your opening one there, because it's probably 82 days or 86 days or something like that. Because if you catch me out, you always catch me out with a fraction of a number. So I'm going for that, because that's the game I've seen you play.
Oh, do you want to lock that? Do you want to lock that down? Do you want me? Should we go into the reveal yet?
We won't go into the reveal yet. Okay, so here we go. Let's gong it, because it's the end of the round. All right.
So,
Mr.
Gareth,
Keithy.
give us a reminder of your 3 facts or factoids.
I will do. Okay. So, Cleopatra, due to the passage and the perspective of time, is closer to the iPhone being built, which happened in 2007, than she was to the pyramids being built in 2580 BC. Okay. Then, China used more concrete in 3 years than the US did in the 20th century. Chinese consumed 6.6, and I put emphasis on that, 6 gigatons versus the Americans' 4.5 gigatons of concrete. I describe it as being wasteful. And then Romans had a room to throw up in at parties, and it was called a vomitorium. So, Keith, time to choose. Time to choose.
I think the Cleopatra one is true.
Okay.
So I think you're possibly screwing me on the figures, and it's something like 10 years. So I'm going. I think the Chinese use a lot of concrete, but I'm not sure it's 3 years. You could be screwing me. I'll go with the Chinese one, although I think I'm probably wrong. It's going to be the fucking Roman one. But go with the Chinese one. I'm going with the Chinese one.
Going with the Chinese. You're locking in the Chinese one. Okay.
I'm locking in the Chinese one.
You're locking in the Chinese one. Just to mention, Tanith, you need to pick a tiebreaker. So could you please put the tiebreaker while we're going through this one? So the first one, Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone than she did to the Great Pyramids.
It's a fact.
Well done.
I thought that one was true.
Got that one right. So the next one is the Chinese used more concrete in 3 years than the Americans did in the entire 20th century, with 6.6 gigatons versus 4.5 gigatons.
It's a fact.
I pressed the wrong button. So you got all excited then. I was like, oh, fat fingers. Yep. According to Forbes, there's a nice infographic on their website where they show that the Chinese use more concrete between the years of 2011 and 2013 at 6.6 gigatons. And we've got examples of ghost cities in China for that. So
I thought the Roman one was too obvious.
So, okay, so the Roman one, the Romans had a special room to throw up into. No. This is a factoid. It's a proper factoid. I've been looking for proper factoids. It's a proper factoid. Vomitorium is a passage situated or beneath a tier of seats in an amphitheater or stadium, which can carry out big crowds and allow them to exit rapidly at the end of a performance. And that's what a vomitorium is. Just sounds like sick. So yes, that one was fiction.
It's complete fiction.
Just to rub it in a bit. All right, so hang on a second. Right, okay. So if I draw, I lose. Thanks, woman. Just like
so my 3 facts were as follows. Ducks have accents, scientifically proven.
Okay.
There was Chinese monks inhabiting a lot of land that is now Skywalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And the world record for twins being born is apart is 87 days. Which one is it?
So let's start with the ducks have regional accents. I believe this is true. And it is?
No. You have to lock your one
sorry.
in.
No, it's the. Oh, sorry. I thought it was obvious. It's the babies, the twins.
Okay, so you're locking that one in. Okay,
I'm locking that one in.
The first one that ducks have accents is. Can you give me a drum roll, please?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'll give you. Let me. It's Q. No, sorry.
It's a fact. Yep, this is absolutely true. In 2004, Middlesex University, proving that the UK government wastes way too much money on stupid scientific things, proved that ducks have accents. Now, they didn't prove that all ducks have many regional accents, but they proved that ducks that were on a farm in Cornwall quacked differently to ducks that were on a farm in London. They said that they wanted to study ducks from up north in Newcastle and Liverpool to see again if they have regional accents, but they suspect that they probably do. So yes, it's a fact. The next one: Chinese monks inhabited a certain part of Skywalker Ranch. Can I have a drum roll, please, Gareth? It's complete fiction. Now, you see, somebody made a comment the other day in our podcast going, I think you've got to tell. And I'm going, wonder what might tell. Oh, yeah, I usually screw around with him on the numbers. I'm going to tell the truth. I made this one completely up. I was sitting there wondering, what can I make up? Now, I knew that I knew that there were Chinese monks in San Francisco. That is absolutely true. They did make up 10% of the population of California in the 1880s. That is absolutely true. They came over for the gold rush. The next bit was a load of BS. So the world record for twins being born apart is it's a fact. This is absolutely true. 87 days apart. Absolutely
87
true.
days apart. Okay. I thought it was going to be 86. Apart. I thought you were going to just screw me ever so slightly with the numbers.
It's because you told me I had to tell. So, and just to show this, I will open this up and I will show you. Hang on, listen. This is utterly true. Bear with me a minute.
Oh! How many days? 87.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not 97?
It's at 87.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me share this. Unless it has changed in the last week. How do I... Oh, yeah, stop share. Share screen. Share screen. There you go. World record for twin sisters who was born is 87 days apart.
Ah, okay. So
twins born 87 days apart entered into the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest amount of time between births. Maria Jones Elliott went into labor 3 months early with baby Amy, who weighed just 1 pound 3 ounces. Her sister Katie did not arrive for another 87 days.
Okay, so both of us didn't get it, and my wife gave it to you.
Oh, hang on, right? Is there a new one?
Yes, there. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I might win this because news changed on the fly. Okay.
That's not fair. That's not fair. It's a fact.
Oh, it was a fact when you wrote it. It isn't a fact now.
No.
Hang on. Let's just check. That was 2013, yeah? Okay, so let me share my screen. This is from 2019.
I think you are not winning this one. It's a draw.
Okay, it's a draw. It comes down to the last episode.
Yeah,
agreed.
Right,
it comes down to the last episode because didn't do your due diligence. I always re-Google everything just to make sure.
I did, and it still said that. So that Sun one didn't come up.
Stupid Thai internet. We don't know. Nigel might be back. If Nigel's back next week, I'm going to win it.
Hey, you see, according to our own research, twins. Hang on. According to the hospital, the girls may have broken the world record. Hang on. Read it. But the time difference of 97 days is unique. According to the hospital, the girls may have broken the world record. Such a two-time twin birth is very rare worldwide. Spoken explain. According to our own research, twins with a time difference of 87 days were born in Ireland in 2012. That was what my research came up. I did actually do Google this. I don't just use one source. So, slightly suspect. Could it be a factoid? Could the 90s? We'll call it a draw. We'll call it a draw
so we can put it down to the wire for the last episode. But definitely, I was going to play this because I want to play it. Right. Okay. So we'll have a look at some of the comments. So Chuck, I'm going to call him Boozy Chuck Kovac because from my perspective, all he does is he goes around the country drinking. So imagine there'll be videos of him going around Scotland drinking. He says he's jet lagged. He misses the UK. He didn't see it. If you just saw Scotland, you didn't see much of it. Scotland was awesome. Okay, cool. Now on with the show. Cool. And then we've got, he says holiday life. He's just showing off because he had a really good thing. So looking forward to episode 007. Yes. So yeah, it's this one's been interesting. I'm a little annoyed because I was hoping I'd win. I think I had the funniest headline. I'm sorry, wife, you dummy in there. Oh, hello, let's go, Brendan or Bilfer or James Bond or whatever you keep changing your name to. I'm worried. I think he might be an AI. That's just going around the internet. Anyway,
if he comes on tomorrow and goes, "Hello, Dave,"
this is how.
Better worry. Yes, I know. I'm very jealous. I know. Yeah, burgers and beer again. Burgers and beer. And
Boozy Chuck Kovac.
Boozy Kovac.
Just gonna go to this place and get hammered. And on that note, it's time to say goodbye. Keith, if you'd be so kind enough to wave like a crazy person in a 1990s TV show like me. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye! Oh, it's on next week.
You're going down
for leather. No mercy, no quarter.